Good morning and welcome a little bit early to Moopsy in the morning.
Priority clearance recognition, Alpha 1.
Good morning, Pi. How are you? And yes, we are indeed enjoying the bug.
Here they come.
Which I'm not overusing. I'm not being ridiculous about it. How are you doing, Pi? I mean, I could have stayed up all night, but I didn't. And I know some people did. I'm just curious what's going to happen today. So, Pi, I'm sure you're aware of the small little bug that's in Resistance of Starbase 1 and Guillotine, and possibly in the episodes, but I'm not going to run the episodes just to find out. And they may reset everything to where we were yesterday, but we'll see. Well, so what normally happens is that once you've done the event and you go to repeat it at your wherever you do it every 20 hours, you get your dilithium, right? Well, they screwed up the counter somehow. So the 20-hour thing doesn't count. So if you go into your event counter right now, I'm at 17,000 every time I run this. Well, I'll be at 18,000 when I run it in 5 more minutes. And then 19,000 and so on and so forth. I know people who are already at 50,000 last night. Not quite that nuts. Mostly because I have to get up and take the dogs to the vet today, but then I have to work. And I know this is not going to go without some sort of repercussion, maybe? But I'm sure we're going to see a patch today. Yeah, well, no, it's not the cooldown, it's the counter that's borked. The cooldown is fine, it's always been like anything from 30 seconds to 5 minutes, depending on the mission for this one. So that 20-hour gap that you usually need before it goes to the next level of dilithium is non-existent. So let's see. If we started it, yesterday I was at 11,000 because I'd been out of this for 3 days. And now I'm at 17,000. It's very nice. So what was borked, and this is not your fault, and yes, I fixed it, was the Twitch ad thing had reset to it was showing 1 ad every 20 minutes rather than 3 ads at once every hour. And I had to go in and play with that for a while to figure out what the heck did it do. And how's life over there, dear? That's good. Good morning.
Hey.
Hey!
Wow. You're really low on the mic in this
Am I? Wow. Because I've got it up all the way in Twitch. I wonder if it's just my bike. Or my mic is in bad shape. The dogs didn't eat it this time, but you know, it's 4 years old, 5 years old now. Yeah, it's about 5 years old, so I could imagine that it's definitely had better days. Let me see if I can fix my filter here.
No. I changed my mic or boosted up my headset a bit.
Alrighty.
But yeah, a lot of streamers are pissed because apparently the people that were running the incentive and had their setup with the new feature that Twitch did, they reset every streamer's incentive setup.
Oh, lovely.
So, yeah, a lot of people got pissed.
I'm not amused. Good morning, Chris. Chris says, I'd like to order 1 death to go, please. Yeah. That was yesterday. The conflict between I don't like my job and, oh my god, my boss is such a good boss. Let's see if I can actually do this here. Let's see if I can get over here. Okay, so the assimilator blows up next to the ship and doesn't take out the ship. A sphere or pearl blows up next to the ship and kills the ship. What the heck?
Uh-huh. I've noticed that the splash damage from those things are just cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. It should be worse from an assimilator. Chris says there's no conflict. I just need a quick, painless relief from this job. Yeah. My work's okay. I think I need a vacation. I think it's just been too much crazies. Yeah, so I'm going to blow up this sphere right here, and I wouldn't be surprised if it takes out the ship.
Roosevelt. Use a little help. Engines and shields are failing.
Well, I keep trying to think, is there a way I can do what I want and make money? No. Can I retire? Yes. And it still blew up. It was a stupid sphere. So getting back to Twitch for just a moment. Yeah, I went in, and when I started to realize what was happening last week, and then last night, since it kept happening this morning, I figured there's something up. I went and took a look and was able to fix it. Almost got my hull repaired. That's fun. The dogs didn't get breakfast this morning. I had to put away their water, so they're not happy with me. But Loki needs to go to the vet at 7 o'clock, so I will come back and feed. She needs to get her teeth cleaned.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing major. They're like, because they're going to put her under anesthesia. No food from last night, from 9 o'clock on. Okay, that's fine. That's typical. We don't usually eat after 9 o'clock. And then no water this morning. And they're both going, but. So I let Fifi have water and then put it away. Because she's going next month. That'll be a fun morning. So, yeah, like I said, I was trying to figure out, can I make a living? You know, without working for the company I'm working for. Much as they're good people. Nothing wrong with them. I wonder if I have any other phasers. Let's see. Okay, I've got some phasers I've put on this one now. Would anybody like to run Starbase 1 or Guillotine with me one more time?
Yeah, I'm game for anything.
Great, I'm Federation.
Me too.
Oh, perfect. Perfection. There you are. So are you not working today, Pi?
Nah, I got on call.
Ah, okay. Well, I worked last weekend, I'm working this weekend, and there's... Oh, shoot, I've got to do that when I get in. And there's a possibility I'm working next weekend as well. Let's let's see what that looks like. Yeah. So for sure working the 7th, possibly the 14th, and the 20th, 21st is our annual company meeting. So technically working. Do you have a preference, SB1 or guillotine?
You just pick.
Fine, I can do SB1 faster, I'm discovering. I love guillotine, but unless you've got a good... Oh, excuse me. Don't take that then. Here we go. Yeah. If it Okay. Chris wanted guillotine, so switched it to guillotine. So Frost wrote a book and I edited it and we got it... no problems, Chris. And we got it edited and out for a contest in about 6 weeks. Which is just, you know, if you're doing nothing but writing, you can put a book together fast. But 6 weeks of work with where I'm at is... let's call it $6,000 to $10,000. Would I ever make it back on a book? Unlikely. If I was dedicating myself to writing full time.
The enemy has started to bring their unit complex into your dimension. We will.
So where are we? We're at New Kittimer again. So I've seen this at New Kittimer. I've seen it at Vega. Where else? There's certain planets this will come around. Oh. Obviously not at random. They have to pick them out somehow. But I do have my strategy here for this, which is somebody basically sits in the middle camps and just kills everything.
I can do that. I must admit that this map is like prevent them from escaping, and there's like a gazillion assimilators. I've never really found out which one you're not supposed to, you know, who you're supposed to kill and focus on, and yeah.
I just shoot them all. You know, I'll go out and I can protect 2 different stitching points. Usually with this tune. I've got a better tune for maneuverability. Yeah, I agree, Chris. This is too long of a briefing.
It's over a minute.
Yeah, it's a minute 15. It doesn't need to be that long. What are you flying? Oh, is that a Jemmy? Ah, Chris got his 2 days off approved this week.
4 shields failing. Rear shields failing.
There's one more conveyor we haven't gotten yet. Where is it? There it is.
The unit complex advance has been halted. Deploy the stitching anchors. Stitching anchor deployed. Projecting shield now. Stitching anchor deployed. Projecting shield now. Stitching anchor deployed. Projecting shield now.
And then I think the distance in this game compared to your speed is too big.
It depends. I can handle it with this ship, but on some of my less maneuverable ones, I can't do it. It just takes too long. It's kind of like Procyon 5. And, what's the other one? The Horrible Mission. Gravity Sucks. They're both a little too big for me on most of my ships. Let me go see if I can get 6 going here. What am I missing? I do like the way the probes and stuff just come up from somewhere in that well. You see that yellow light come up, and then there's a whole bunch of probes magically appearing. Good morning.
You don't want to know what I've done.
Yeah, I probably don't, but go ahead and tell people so that it's on the record if Cryptic comes back and goes, hey, so what'd you do?
Amazing.
Pardon?
500,000.
Yes. Okay, you heard it there. I didn't say it. I've been discreet.
But they broke the system.
Oh?
Clearly, they broke the system.
Yeah, and you know something's going to happen today to fix it. They're going to patch it. They're going to do something.
Yes. So they can't punish us.
Yeah, they can.
They
Probably
can, but
won't.
yeah. And talk about
they might actually have consequences for people because it went viral.
They might have consequences. They probably won't.
Well,
the worst that they could do is remove the dill.
Yeah.
If that's the least of, if that's all they do, I would not be opposed to it.
Good morning, Mr. Dave. Chris, you're aware of the bug, right? And if you're not aware of the bug, there's a bug in this and actually everything related to the event. You know how at the 20-hour mark, if you're collecting dilithium, if you've already picked up the event prize, you should have to wait 20 hours and then you'll get an additional 1,000 dilithium. So let's say the day of the event, you claim the prize, you rerun it, you get 8,000 dilithium. And then you wait 20 hours and you can do it again and get 9,000. The timer isn't working. As soon as you're done, you can go right back and it adds another 1,000, and you can just run it over and over and over and over and over and over, and it'll continue to add the 1,000 dilithium.
I'm thinking of not running the TFO at all today.
Well, I'm gonna do the ones we're doing this morning because my world won't end if they take away my dilithium. But
well, they can't. It's all on record that I was marked from it. If they look at the rewards, each time I've done it, I've picked up a different mark.
Yep, I know. Well, it's not the marks. I don't think they take the marks from you. Because that gets really intricate. Yeah, so basically, Chris, it's an infinite supply of dilithium.
Well, I think there's worse offenders than me who've been doing it all week.
Well, has this bug been going on all week? No, this is a new bug.
No. I think people have been... I think this bug's been in
No, I don't think so. And the reason I say that is I ran this before the 20-hour cooldown on Friday. Thursday. Before the patch, and didn't get extra.
But did you fully complete the
course.
event?
Of course, yeah. Absolutely. Somebody would have figured it out by now. If this had started on Thursday, we would have had a patch on Friday
but it
morning.
didn't start yesterday. And people have been using it all weekend at the very least.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And there is a chance that people might actually be hit with a ban for overfarming. I heard so after leaving here yesterday.
I've been discreet in my farming. I did not stay up all night.
I stopped pretty much when you logged off.
Yeah, I actually went to bed last night, which was...
I think I'm not going to do any more farming of that. I'm just going to leave it as is, and if they do anything...
Well, I put all of mine in fleet projects, so...
Our efforts were most satisfactory on this.
Unfortunately, I can't find it all. Just basically don't do any more Starbase ones.
Or guillotines. Yeah, so Chris, on this account, I made, it says 80,000. That sounds about right, because I had donated some of my personal stuff previously to fleet events. But considering that was just from last night at 6 till this morning without going crazy. But if you were to run 1 or 2... And actually, I do have to run this at... an hour and 16 minutes, so about 7:30 this morning I will run this just for my regular thing, but that'll bring me up to 20,000.
But I think, with my situation, I'm not going to run it at all. I think, yeah.
Chris says
I think I should be the bigger person and not run it. And if they ban me, I'll explain. I was just mark farming and the timer was not working. I'll just explain the situation.
Well,
but there's no timer stopping you from going back in and farming marks. Yeah. There is no cooldown on that event TFO.
Yeah, and well, if they were noticing that, there's no stopping you farming mark with that TFO. But there is a problem with the dilithium.
Yeah, and they obviously did something. They may come back in and give you some kind of reset, like, I don't know.
The reset of the dilithium back
it
before
depends how egregious your offense is.
Yes,
though.
I'm sure it will. But at the same time,
I may contact, before the patch today. I will contact them and say what I've done. And just be plain and simple with it.
Hey, you know what? I would probably not.
Would you not?
No. No, that'll get you definitely punished for it.
Well, being honest?
Yep. That's like asking for
it's like
spanking.
Going to the police and saying, hey,
I
vandalized all these cars, but I'm really sorry about it. I didn't mean to. As opposed to if the police come to you and say, hey, you vandalized these cars, you can say, yes, I did. I'm sorry. Go ahead and punish me.
Wait until after the patch to see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And see what they're going to do.
But then again, if they've known about this bug for quite a while, then why haven't they fixed it yet?
Because they don't work on the weekends.
Yeah. And it's...
But whose problem is that? Pardon me.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you on that, Pi.
This has been going... Apparently, I just learned about it. Apparently, this has been going on for what? Since the weekend, right?
Apparently, yeah.
Maybe before. And if they know and shit has gone viral, they are part of all the communities. They should have either shut down the game, saying there is a bug, we're shutting down the game because of whatever, and then fix it and then boot the game back up.
I'm not going to disagree with that either. My thought is
because if they're sitting so passive, knowing about this, and it's been going on the weekends. This is Tuesday.
Yep.
And they still haven't done anything. They're just asking people to do it because players are saying, "Okay, Cryptic doesn't care, then I don't care."
Actually, I'm pretty sure that if they had known this during the weekend, they would have had a patch yesterday.
Well, that comes back down to, I'm sure they knew about it over the weekend because all of the guys play it, and they are active in chat and Discord, whether they're chatting with you or not.
I'm just saying.
But there's
if they didn't make if they didn't disable something or make a patch and let this situation continue, they have no grounds to ban anybody for doing it.
I'm not going to argue, but what they'll probably do is they'll kill it as soon as they figure out what's happening. Well, that's a possibility.
I think they'll... there's two things that they could do.
There's a lot of things they could do.
They could roll the servers back, but keep your event progress. So that removes all dill from over the weekend. Which would be...
It's impossible.
But not impractical, because they have all the logs.
But people have spent the lithium.
They just remove it out of their personal stash.
Well, let me interrupt here, and I'm going to bring up 2 points some people are making here. Mr. Dave says, just treat this as a test of morals. If you know something is wrong, are you still going to do it because everyone else does? Mr. Dave, I'm not doing it because everyone else does. I'm doing it because it's a game. And if they decide that it's wrong, I'm willing to go with the punishment on it. I don't have a problem with that. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not murdering the game. I'm not running it infinitely and staying up late at night doing it. And so if I lose my 200,000 into lithium that I've made off this weekend, because I didn't know about the bug till yesterday. I was just playing it because I like the game.
Yeah.
So anything I made from yesterday on, after knowing about the bug, if they want to take it away from me as punishment, okay, no problem. I'll deal with that. I don't think it's a moral issue, though, because I'm not doing it to rip them off. Because the reality is this much dill influx is not dill immediately. So let's say you made 1 million dill. It still is going to take you months to harvest this. Could you have made this much dill this fast doing other things?
Yes.
Yes, you could. And that's the thing. On a dilithium weekend, you could have made this much dill, and we have, at least I have, I know Dante has, by doing things legitimately in the game. This much dill influx isn't going to kill the game. Yes, it's a bug on their part. And my guess one reason that they didn't rush out with a patch yesterday is because the reality is it's not going to kill the game. It's dilithium ore.
Yeah.
And let's go...
I think the worst... I think, in my opinion, there's worse egregious things to be done than just farming ore. Because all it could be is just someone should transfer a heck of a ton of marks into dilithium.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've done it on multiple tunes at this point. And some of it have over totaled over 180,000 before now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So I know how to make dill via the proper channel.
Which comes back to, actually there's no limit ever on how much dill you can make in the game in a single day. Yeah, this is a goof on their part, but it's not going to kill the game. Which is why I don't think we're going to see people come back with egregious bans as a basis of that.
I think what they'll do is put systems in place to prevent this ever happening again.
Oh, until the next thing happens. It's always something.
Would you say wait until after the...
Yeah, absolutely. I would wait, because otherwise, they already know.
Yeah.
But if they already know and not doing anything, they cannot give people bans, in my opinion. If they know about this and they haven't done anything and will patch it on Thursday as regular, then they don't have, in my opinion, the audacity to ban people.
If they wait until Thursday to patch this, then I have absolutely no issue with this because they know this is going on.
It's very simple. If they knew in the weekend and they did not react, they cannot ban us for our behavior.
They can absolutely ban you. They can absolutely.
No.
Stop.
No.
Stop. You're not thinking of the right word. They can do it if they want to. They probably won't.
Yeah, okay, but you can legally fight that ban and overturn it.
Probably not.
But because you can.
Legally,
in certain countries, I know for a fact that what they are doing is considered then entrapment if they follow up with bans after not doing anything at all.
Yeah, but that's not universal, and I know in the States they can definitely do that. But would they do a
I don't live in the States.
I know you don't. Would they do a mass ban? Would that help the game? No.
No, if they do a mass ban for everybody who abused this glitch, then they're gonna lose a chunk of their paying audience.
Would this help the game is what I constantly come back down to. Would this help the game? And I'm sure that they can sit down there very quickly and look at their return on investment of how many people played the game more because of this. Did that benefit them?
There were 70 some instances yesterday of Starbase 1.
Yeah, you know more people have been playing this based on that. Does that work to the greater good for them? Yes, as a matter of fact, it does. Does the flood of dilithium ore damage the economy? No, it doesn't.
If it was, I'm going to float this out now, if this was dilithium, refined dilithium, and we were getting that much.
I think that would be something where we would have seen the patch immediately.
Yeah, dilithium ore, we still have to refine all that.
Yeah, and it's still going to take time, so it's not going to flood the market, and it's not going to put any more in the market than there previously was.
No. I'll be using it to upgrade my characters.
Yeah.
As I've always have done.
Gee, and what do they want us to do? Upgrade our characters. What do they want us to do? Get more things that make us want to stay in the game. If this was an accident, it can work to their good.
I think, personally, it's not a bug. It's a feature of what they preferably wanted us to find. And if they've known about it, well, unfortunately, they've lost a lot of deal over this.
Yeah, you're right. They totally have. The world isn't going to end because they paid out a lot of deal. So Mr. Dave brings up a really good question. Just curious, if this was a bug with EC instead of dilithium, would you feel this is an acceptable loss? I think I would feel differently because EC has a different effect on the in-game economy. A flood of this much EC into it would massively damage the game versus dilithium getting dumped into the game can work to the benefit.
Mom, to add to that, DC Universe Online has a little wallet of 1,500 to 2,000 until you actually become a full member or buy a cap removal each month. So the power of that economy is completely based on all the millions upon millions people have banked over their careers before getting that unlocked. And in DC Universe Online, that's also the only real currency that matters. There's nothing, and I mean nothing, you can buy as a free-to-play player once you've reached your end game in DC Universe Online without getting rid of the cap.
So, let me play devil's advocate here, real quick. What if this wasn't a bug?
Well, what if this was an intended feature? Then, at least I know of a good deal sync. I thought of one. I'm going to have to tell that one to Avatar.
I mean,
No, I've actually come up with a good deal sync.
You know what they need to do? Put more dilithium sinks into the game.
well, yeah. But think about all the fleet projects that can get filled because all of a sudden people have got extra dill. And I keep coming back mentally to they didn't race to get this thing patched. What if they're okay with it? Going, okay, more players making purchases, because dilithium doesn't translate into a lot of things other than improving fleets and improving your tunes and buying stuff. It can be translated into Zen, okay, but again, you're still limited by that cap of 8,000 per day.
But if people have been doing like I have and spread it over multiple characters...
Yeah, there is that too, but I'm using it to feed a lot of my stuff.
So
yeah.
And good morning, Mongoose. How are you today?
The idea I had, I aimed it to you in Discord, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I feel that's a good way to make people spend dilithium on something they want to spend it on, especially after they've already obtained an X amount of progress on their account.
Yeah.
Which is all guaranteed within the setup of when it's, made available to you as a player. You are already at that point that you can say, yeah, I'm saving up dilithium for it.
Well, I just
or you have stored dilithium.
I burned through 2 million dilithium getting the last two bundles.
Oh.
Just to get those two bundles. So translating all that, so my dilithium stores are down to basically nothing. Okay. And with this, I'm basically harvesting ore and nothing spendable at this point.
You are not the biggest dilithium store.
Oh no,
in
I know.
The game.
Neither am I.
So I feel that this is a good alternative for people who just say, well, I don't want to do more content, I'm going to buy it out. Especially if they've already done that on a different character.
Yeah. So this bug that we keep coming back down to is a great way for Cryptic to get more people playing right now and playing missions, these specific missions and episodes more often, without there being a significant impact on the economy, but with there being a significant reason for people to stay in the game, especially for people who are non-lifers who will have to tune in every day now to process dilithium, or almost every day to process dilithium. If it was a bug, it's actually going to work in their favor. Yeah, I hope, Mr. Dave, that they're thinking through this in terms of all the ramifications. This can be very good for Cryptic at a time when there's a financial issue and every possibility that when Gearbox sells everything off, when Embracer sells everything off, they don't have to keep these companies. They can just close down things like Embracer and Cryptic. And gee, heck, we just got people playing over the weekend for 24-hour periods where, our numbers are just suddenly skyrocketing. This is not the worst move they could have made.
No, and there's a big question of how many people looked at their progress and were like, I'm gonna buy that $10 or less out. That times the amount of players, that earned them a lot of money in one day.
Yep.
300 cent here, 600 there, 900 there. That's quick.
Yeah, Rizul's commenting, I just think that this highlights once again that we need a lot more dill sinks in the game. We do, absolutely.
You know one thing? There's no patch today.
Yeah, so far. So far.
And but if they don't patch this till Thursday,
that means they know about it. And there's every possibility this isn't a bug.
Yeah.
Well, they should be aware of it right now. It
Oh, they're
was.
aware of it.
But I did notice not many people were streaming the bug.
Doesn't matter that everybody talks in game. If you're in game for even a few minutes, I was working all weekend, so I wasn't in game. Okay, Rasul says my recommendation is report the bug, then use the hell out of it. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have to change the topic here. Mongo says debating doing 1 year in pre-law, then switching to nursing program for the sophomore year. Run that by me again? Okay, so Mr. Dave, knowing you have a strong moral position, and knowing they aren't patching the bug, but they know the bug exists, you could buy out the event. Because it'll cost you a couple hundred Zen at this point. And then you could run this and make some dilithium. If they don't patch it today, then you have their tacit approval that they either won't fix it, which is my thought, or they can't fix it. Extremely unlikely. This is a timer issue. That cannot be a major reset.
And secondly, whenever they've had bugs in the game, especially in the weekends, they have been working.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, we have run into that circumstance on a couple of occasions where we know, where it's something major. I think there was one of the times when it was the load-in. You couldn't get into the game, and they were trying to do workarounds and patches all weekends to figure out how people could get in. Mongoose, why would you do pre-law for a year, then switch to nursing? Yeah, I mean, pre-law, there's areas that law and nursing overlap, but I'd take the nursing first before I did the law, if you're tending to focus on patient care. But the two don't overlap healthfully, and there's not a lot of things that'll go from one to the other. Speaking as a person who spent 4 years doing nursing, you really want to get into that nursing stuff if that's where you want to go from the get-go, because you've got all your A&P and lab work and stuff, and it takes a ton. Oh, okay, as long as you're not trying to tie them together, but still, if you think about nursing, go do your nursing first. And especially right now, since the number of nurses in the States is at a minimal level, you can get through school probably on the fast track and get out there and start making money. Not that nurses make a ton of money. Yeah, Mr. Dave's comment, wow, hope you have a scholarship or a lot of money, because that could be time and money wasted by switching. RN's 4 years. If you're going for your bachelor's. If you're just, well, let's see, can you get an RN with an associate's degree? Yeah, in some states, I don't know. Okay, back to discussing the morals of this. Yeah, if they don't patch this today, I'm going to say that's your tacit approval, but I think Razul's comment about, hey, you've got a bug. Just letting you know. My usual comments to them are, I know you guys already know this, but... And to which they never respond, but other than, thank you for reporting the bug. Everybody got quiet. Hello?
Hello?
Okay, there we go. People are there. Whew, for a moment, everyone was quiet.
No. It's not you. It's not
okay.
You. It's us.
Always. It's not you. It's me. Rizul, I worked this whole weekend, and I will work next weekend. So having all this still now to work on my ground build, etc., is one thing, but it's nice. An extra 20 hours of overtime is going to pay the rent next month. Yeah, possibly the weekend after that and the weekend after that. And we just got a huge project in, but my part of that doesn't roll in for the next 6 months, so I don't care. Real life does occasionally bite. But, and my boss yesterday is, I can have somebody else sit here on the weekend. This is just babysitting you have to do on the weekends. I'm like, yeah, but if I'm here doing this, I can get this major project we want done. Okay. There we go. Well, would somebody like to do something that isn't Defensive Starbase 1? Or Guillotine?
Well, I'm already in the middle of doing an Iconian TFO.
Well, I could go look at my other account. Let me go take a look at the other account and see what's going on there. So all I've got on this one is Voth ships, and 5 of them. I'm not going to run a mission for 5 ships. Let's see.
Be right back.
Okay. Chris is up for a little space pew-pew. Let's see what we've got here.
Invite me.
I just wanted to see what was up so I could maybe switch to a different tune, but I've got a good tune on this one. Oops, wrong button.
I'm just killing attendance. Come on, are you ready for the new Star Trek game coming out?
Which one's coming out?
Infinite? The RTS game?
I will have to look at Infinite. I'm thinking about Resurgence.
Okay. Also good pick.
Brazil, we never admit to semi-AFKing SB1. However, I can do it on my machine while I'm at work by just do the first little bit, let the rest run. First little bit, let the rest run. If I was going to do that. Okay, Mongoose, I'm just going to tell you this. Nursing is incredibly difficult. Is it rewarding? Yes. How long will you last doing it? 7 years, max. Is it rewarding, as Mr. Dave points out here? Yeah, it's very rewarding. I liked my specialty field. We need some space pew-pew. I don't have disruptors on the ship, so I don't care. Alright, random okay with you guys?
Sure.
Okay. Wee-woo.
I don't know. Wee-woo.
I don't know.
Just because I was in a loading screen, so.
Oh, okay. That's true, random can give ground, but it's not. That's space.
The Herc are about
Oh, how perfect. I needed this last time. Or I needed Borg TFO, but I guess we're doing this one. So, Mongoose, this is what you do. You take your nursing, murder on your feet, just so you know that. Buy good shoes. Then, as soon as you've got a year in there, go for a specialty that puts you at a desk position. And there's a lot of fields in nursing that are desk positions. There's research, there's administration, there's being a patient advocate. Great job. And we definitely need those. Travel nurse is fun. You're on your feet a lot. Speaking as a person who's a travel nurse. But that's super cool because you get great relationships with your patients. Mr. Dave, the blood's the best part. Which sounds grisly, but bear in mind, blood banking was what I did, so. Which actually is a thought for you, Mr. Mongoose. Or Ms. Mongoose, I don't know which one you are. Blood banking is amazing. There's one there. Where's the other one? Missed one? There we go.
Well done. Jem'Hadar will come to deal with her.
You sure can, Mr. Dave. Make sure you eat healthfully to keep your proteins up, because once your proteins stop to drop, you have to take a break. Speaking as a long-term plasma donor. And they pay good for it right now. When I started, they were only paying like $25 for it. During the height of COVID, they were paying $100 for each visit. And you can donate 8 times a month. Well, if you're O negative, that's actually better to donate blood than plasma, because O negative plasma is not used as much. But selling your plasma, it's not donating your plasma. Selling your plasma doesn't matter about your type, because they use it for the manufacture of products, and they're just going to pull individual things out of it. Donating blood is for transfusion of whole blood, and if you're in the States, you will not get paid for donating blood. But you will get paid.
Satellite.
Did we miss one?
Yeah, one satellite is missing.
It's not this one down here. It's got to be the far one up on the...
I've taken this one. I've taken the one in the middle and the where I am.
Okay, hang on. I'm on my way up.
Oh, there we go.
Got it? Oh, yeah, there it goes. Alrighty. You can donate blood and sell plasma. Here's the thing. Once you donate blood, you cannot donate blood again for 56 days. You cannot sell plasma for 56 days. Because it takes that long to replace red cells. And we're in an ad break, so I'll come back to that. Can I donate blood as a type 2 diabetic? Yes, if you're not on insulin, you can. Unless they've changed the regs.
The last of the rest. Hurt ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
Oh, stay at Beta.
Oh, okay, well, I'll go someplace else. I'll go over to Gamma. And then when this is done, I have to go because I need to take Loki over to the vet. And then I have to come back and feed Fifi and walk her. Mongoose, everybody's a little different, but generally, yeah. And then you get paid retroactively. Bear in mind, if it's CSL, which is one of the big companies, you get like a little debit card and they put all your money on it. Which is kind of cool. And yes, you can then take the money out and put it in your bank account. That's totally on you.
Refugee ships
or you can use it to pay your bills.
Route Alpha. Protect them.
Trying to think who the other big one is. Verity? I think it might be Verity.
Dreadnought on sensors. Be careful. Herc ship spotted at escape
It's over at
route
Gamma.
Gamma.
If anybody wants to go get the Herc ship. And just for fun, launch the swarmers against the Herc ship. I don't know that they screen for Delta 9 Mongoose. I'm trying to go through the questions. It's been a couple years since I donated plasma. But last time I remembered, they will check for use of things or they will ask you about use of illicit drugs like ecstasy and the like. But I don't remember them ever asking about marijuana or anything like that. And Delta 9 is legal in the U.S.
Head to escape route Beta. Protect the refugee ship.
Bear in mind, they're not donating your blood. They're not giving your blood to somebody. They're fractioning out portions of the matter in your blood, the proteins, the fluids, and they're using it to manufacture products. And when they test your sample, they're testing for diseases. And the ones they're really looking at are Hep A, Hep B, obviously AIDS. The new hepatitis I don't know what's out there. Hep C.
We're speeding up the evacuation. All lanes will be utilized now.
They'll go through the whole thing. And you get a mini physical before you start anyway.
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
But the general rule is if you're healthy, you can donate plasma, or you can sell plasma and donate blood. So here's the catch. Once you donate red cells in any way, shape, or form, it's a minimum 56-day wait. Unless you're doing a double red cell donation, then it's a 112-day wait, because that's how long it takes to rebuild your red blood supply. Plasma, on the other hand, is 48 hours. You can donate every 2 weeks in the U.S. Or excuse me, twice every week, up to 8 times in a 28-day period or a month period. I can't remember the details on that one. Unless you have a doctor's dispensation to donate more often than that. Which is pretty rare, but it does happen. Yeah, they do. So they're going to centrifuge off your red cells and a portion of your plasma, and that gets reinfused. So your blood cell count will drop for a few minutes, then gets reinfused, then drops again and gets reinfused, drops again, gets reinfused. But at the end of it, you don't get the issues some people have with donating blood of lightheadedness and dizziness, because your red cell count remains the same. Don't smoke. I'm just going to tell you that. Do not smoke after donating or selling your plasma. Give it at least an hour. You will not have a good time. My biggest dislike of donating plasma or platelets, for that matter, is because of the use of anticoagulant ACDA. Your muscles will spasm a little bit, and it's almost imperceptible. But then the first thing you go to eat after you donate, and your jaw goes, "Ow! Oh, my jaw hurts." It's the weirdest sensation. Yes, Italia, I made a note. It's in my book here. Moopsy in the Morning. And no, I have not watched last week's episode yet, so nobody tell me about it.
Hurt ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there. Head to escape route Beta. Protect the refugee ships.
Wow, Hawkman, I have never heard of somebody getting rabies through donation, though I can't see why not. But that's got to be rare. Though I will tell you, I almost got killed by a patient. Patient had metastatic breast cancer and was in a coma. There was no hope for her, and her parents refused to give up hope. Absolutely refused to give up hope, even though the doctors were of the opinion of there's nothing that can be done. And they're like, can we try anything? So we had one experimental blood exchange where we could hopefully wash out some of the proteins and filter them using a sibling's blood. Okay, it's a long story. And having done that, they were then going to do a bone marrow transplant from the same sibling. So basically it made them desensitized to that person's immunoglobulins, so they wouldn't have an allergic reaction to them, and then they could do a bone marrow transplant from the sibling. They did this. It, of course, didn't work. So they're trying something to try to keep her alive while the bone marrow regenerated. The sibling who donated had HIV. So even if the person had lived, that would have been very bad. The problem is, in doing the blood treatment, there was a pressure differential. The bag exploded with the contaminated blood, and I was sprayed with it. And I didn't know it was contaminated blood, and the doctors didn't know it was contaminated blood. Nobody knew it was contaminated blood. But just to play it safe, they put me on the HIV protocol for an immediate exposure. And the good news, it was on the outside of my body. I didn't get in my eyes or mouth. And then the test came back HIV positive for the patient, and all of a sudden I'm like, crud. I have a 6-year-old son and a husband who's got cancer. What do I do now? And I lucked out because it didn't get inside my body. And I was on protocols for a year. It was not a fun year. But after a year, all the tests came back negative. So, yeah. The patient died. Because, there's no way they were going to live in the first place. And getting an HIV-infected transplant is not the way to save somebody's life. I don't blame people for wanting to try everything possible. But that not only helped kill the patient, could have killed me, could have killed other people. And that was the time that I left the blood banking business. I actually left on just after September 11th, that Friday, and went into sales related to blood equipment because, hey, I'm good at it. That's why most people last about 7 years before something really bad happens. But that said, I need to go take the dog to the vet so she can go not get exposed to anything serious, but get her teeth cleaned. Oh, we're rating Wolvie Spartan. All right, everyone, have a great day. Stay awesome. We'll see you probably tonight. Take care. Bye.